Today, we have an awesome video on how to stay mindful during Thanksgiving. Hey Be Mindful fam, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I love seeing you on YouTube. If you are new here, this is Be Mindful with Sarah. I post videos every single Wednesday on all things mindful, and today we have an awesome video on how to stay mindful during Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a lovely time of year. Usually families or friends get together and you share meals and spend some time together. And I know for a lot of people this could cause a lot of anxiety. Maybe you're going to encounter a family member or family members or just people that push your buttons or test you, or crazy uncles and grandmas asking you why you don't have your life figured out, or if you're married, or blah, 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 blah. The list goes on and on. You could be having anxiety about all the food that you're going to eat and how you're going to feel afterwards and not feeling good about your body. There are a lot of things leading up to Thanksgiving that could be causing people a lot of anxiety. So I'm here to give you 3 tips on how to be a bit more mindful this Thanksgiving. The first tip is to really reflect on what this holiday is about. In United States history, I don't think the holiday is taught to us exactly how it went down, so go and do some research. It was still a lovely time where eventually the Pilgrims and the Native Americans got together to share a meal. So the spirit of the holiday is all about giving thanks. And so one of the things that you can do the night before, the week of, every day of your life is to really feel grateful. You can make a long list, you can make a short list, but all in all, Thanksgiving is asking you to feel grateful. I can list a couple examples for you of things that you can feel grateful for. You can feel grateful for all the food that you're going to eat, for the love and support that's around you, for the health of your family members and friends, for the breath that you're able to take right now in this moment, for sleeping in a bed at night, for sleeping in a warm house, for having the ability to think for yourself and be creative, or hearing the leaves rustle in the wind. There are so many things from a large scale down to a really small scale that you can be grateful for. So try to focus on that, pick a couple of those things, and get some practice in ahead of time. I highly encourage you to meditate, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 3 hours. Anytime that you carve away to be with yourself and reflect inward really allows you to just gather that strength and identity of who you are and just kind of reflect on life. Like, man, it is so great to just be alive. Like, I wake up and I can take a breath and I can live my life. Every day is a new day, and there's a great quote that I saw from Snoopy. I didn't watch Snoopy too much, but I love this quote. And what's his name? Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown said, "We only live once, Snoopy." And Snoopy said, "Wrong. We only die once. We live every day." So just try to let that sink in. Think about that. Every day, every second is a brand new moment for you to be the best version that you can. And if you are entering into a situation where you are anticipating, like, you may be challenged by family members or be in situations that are just more challenging than you go in and live in your normal day, try to come back in, use that practice of meditation where you've built that skill set of kind of centering, being still, being quiet, showing you the power and strength that you have within yourself, and be grateful for the people that are challenging you. Because one, every time they challenge you, they are providing you a platform to grow a little bit more. Every time you're challenged or in an uncomfortable situation and you make it through, you grow a little bit. And that's where meditating and self-reflection is really important, because you may just let your whole life pass by and have all these challenging things happen to you and woe is me. But when you actually sit back and look, you will notice that every single challenging thing that ever happened to you made you exactly who you are today. Nothing is wasted. So if these challenges are coming your way and it's really tough in the moment, just know or try to be grateful for in the future to say, okay, this is really rough right now, but I'm gonna be stronger after this. Also, just be grateful for the fact that somebody is there to talk with you and share with you. There are probably a lot of people spending Thanksgiving alone, and even if there's some family drama or you get annoyed with people, at least you're with someone on this holiday. If you are spending this holiday alone and you don't have the option to meet up with someone and you're just doing your thing, take the time to enjoy as well. Write down a list of all the things that you're grateful for. Spend some time to reflect, because every day is a new day. The next Thanksgiving could be different. Maybe you'll find a friend or somebody that you love. Who knows? Who knows? The second tip I have for you is to be very kind with yourself throughout this time. There is a lot of anxiety that comes around Thanksgiving, whether it's family or food. And especially I'm talking about the food here. If you're one of those people that knows you might overeat, might not feel the best about yourself afterwards, just ashamed of your body, don't be ashamed of anything. This is typically a gluttonous holiday where people overindulge in things, and it's part of tradition. And if you're hanging out with friends or family or whoever and you're all overindulging, you're in this experience together. Hopefully, you're not living every single day of your life where you are overindulging in things that you know and you can already recognize that's a bad behavior. Let that go. Let this time, let this day, let this weekend just happen organically, and let it be. And just say to yourself, I'm going to just indulge in whatever I feel like. I do encourage you to be mindful, eat to the point where you're definitely full and satiated, but if you're feeling like you're gonna throw up and then you go for 3 more slices of pie, you might need to reflect a bit there, because we want to do things that make us feel good. And in this holiday, we may be overindulging, but if we're actually making ourselves sick, put on the brakes here. You might have to have some portion control or some type of willpower in order to get through, so you're not getting to that point. If you do, still be kind to yourself. So what? You did it. Who cares? You feel sick. You're feeling not the best afterwards. Be kind and gentle. It happened. And as each second and each day comes, change. If you weren't happy with the actions that you had done before, then change them up so you can do things that do make you feel good and that you are proud of. You may want to think about doing a little exercise. There are tons of at-home videos and things that you can do. If you're one of those people that knows that you're going to overeat and you're not going to feel good after, something that usually makes you feel good is to do a little at-home exercise. Do some arm circles, do some leg lifts. There are so many things that you can do. You can literally take a pot and raise it. You can literally do anything to exercise, and that's the cool thing. So if that makes you feel good, do a little bit of that. Know that that's an option. Say that if you are worried about overeating, staying hydrated is an excellent way to avoid excessively overeating. If you have a full glass of water 30 minutes before your meal, you will already be decently full to the point where you're not starving and just shoving things in your face. And just stay hydrated throughout every single day of your life, actually. We are 90% water, so we need as much water as we can. When we urinate, a lot of toxins are flushed and cleaned, and we gotta keep hydrated so that whatever toxins are going in our body, we can just keep flushing and making ourselves feel good. The third and final tip that I have for you actually comes after Thanksgiving. This tip is to reflect back in to yourself and focus on the positive things that happened during Thanksgiving. Even if the whole thing blew up or something went completely wrong and it was a complete failure, so what? It happened. Find something positive that happened. Maybe you had an awesome conversation with someone, or maybe that piece of stuffing was just super delicious. Focus on the positive things that happened, and I'm sure that when you start making a list, little thing after little thing will come up, and it'll just make you feel really good. I encourage you to sit down and meditate after Thanksgiving, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever works for you, but come back in, reflect, Thanksgiving is a challenging time because your energy is being shared with so many people. So find some time where you can reflect by yourself, take that moment for yourself and recharge, refill up the cup, both metaphorically and physically. Make sure you're drinking water, make sure your body is bouncing back after what you've just gone through, whatever it is, and do some journaling or just mentally make a list of the things that you're grateful for. And then just kind of slowly, while being kind to yourself, slowly get yourself back into whatever routine you typically have every day. Keep that ball rolling. There are about 12 million pieces of information that we perceive every single moment. If you just think about it, like if you look, I'm looking at this piece of wood and I'm not really thinking about it, but just looking at it, I can see the texture. I know that it's white. I see about how far it is away from me. So every little thing that you look at or your senses are picking up on is a lot of information. There's about 12 million pieces of information. So of those 12 million, are you gonna focus on the few little things that were negative? If you just take a second to filter out the negative, and it is important to honor the negative things that happen because they really make us who we are, and we have to hold space for them and love that part of us as well. But if it's taken us down, we want to focus on the positive things that have happened. Did a gentle breeze go by that felt good? Did a dog lick your leg and it was super cute? Did you make a funny face at a baby? We're just filled with this love. Like, there are so many things that we can focus on. So just try to take time for yourself, fill up your cup, and look back and reflect on the amazing things that happen, because life is really what you make it. Everything gets figured out inside of our heads, and when we train our brains to think about the positives and focus on the positives, it becomes a bit easier every day. So those are my 3 tips. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you experience a lot of love and food. And once again, if you're not spending Thanksgiving with someone, you can love yourself. Write down 10 awesome things about yourself that you like, how creative you are, or you like how you go outside of your comfort zone. There are so many ways to feel love. You can really feel love within yourself too. So thank you again. If you haven't already, please like this video, give it a thumbs up. When you do that, YouTube kind of pushes it out to more and more people, and I love to share on this platform. It's really awesome. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week at Be Mindful with Sarah.